As a gynecologist, I realized, and as a mother of two daughters, that my girls knew much more than their friends who were not having. I embarked onto a journey of creating information on reproductive and sexual health. This was information which was not available anywhere. We were in the year 2000. There was not internet at that time. There was no social media. There was nothing. So in short, we did a 10-year program where we went to schools, we gradually graduated in those 10 years. We started with 10 years, starting about myths of puberty, myths of menstruation, menstrual hygiene, which nobody talked about. We had to go to schools, went to 5th to 7th standard. I had Johnson & Johnson to support me, where we never talked about J&J. It was called the Growing Up Program, and this was their CSR project, which they committed to me for 10 years. I had a 1,000 volunteer group, of which one of them is very much here today. She stood by my side, Dr. Safla Shah, who is currently the trustee of Metropolis Foundation along with me. She is a gynecologist and who has been my student and become a dear, dear friend, almost family. So you see, we started with 5th to 7th standard, talking to kids about puberty, talking about all these issues which I talked about. Gradually went on to the 8th and 10th standard, where we talked about reproduction, we talked about, those were the days where HIV was very much coming in. We talked about preventing HIV, we talked about contraception, we went to colleges. We covered more than 8 million kids physically through a 1,000 volunteer team of gynecologists all over the country. We worked under the banner of Foxy. After we did that, after a year or two, I realized that we are not reaching out to the girls who are school dropouts. We are not reaching out to rural India. And that's when we started the program called Kishori, where we worked in Dharavi, we worked with the girls over there. And frankly, those girls have no time to come and listen, or their mothers don't have the time to send their girls for such information. So we offered them skills. We offer them skills so that they can be financially self-sufficient. It's important to make a girl self-sufficient because today, with so many divorces happening, with so many women remaining single, it's important for them to be self-sufficient and not to be dependent on their husbands. It gives them a sense of fulfillment and independence, that they can do it on their own. It gives them a feeling of confidence. We've seen these young girls grow. In the Dharavi project, it was amazing, absolutely. We saw them grow. We asked them what skills they want to learn. Those days they wanted to learn about beauty, makeup, hairdressing, tailoring, etc. We worked in collaboration with the Sion Hospital and UNICEF. And there I met Dr. Prakash Gurnani, who was the heading that unit for this particular project. And today I've worked with him continuously, even today. And he is also one of the trustees of Metropolis Foundation. Similar through the Metropolis Foundation is we are reaching out to the young. We are reaching out to the young mainly through the Too Shy to Ask app. This is an app we have developed digitally, and it's reaching out through various urban areas and rural areas. Unfortunately, in rural areas, the girls don't have their own phones. The only phone belongs only to their father, who does not want to share it with anyone else. Today there's so much of internet available, there's so much of wrong information available about sexuality, that as doctors we can give the right information so that we can prevent unsafe abortions, unwanted pregnancies. There's so much of sexuality today that in my own clinic I see a girl who's got 3 to 4 partners going on in a year. A girl having 3 to 4 partners. There's so much of vaginal infection and sexual infection that we need to control it, because if they have health issues later, which we all know can happen, because HIV, they're exposed to herpes, they're exposed to hunger, and we have found that there's amazing amount of information being given to them. We have the app reaching out in 5 languages currently today, which includes Marathi, Hindi, Tamil, Bengali, English, Hindi. So we are reaching out to the young people abroad, out of the urban cities, but we are doing it also through NGOs. And the skills we are teaching them today are English, we are teaching them computers, and we are teaching them self-defense. I think self-defense for a woman is extremely important because of the sexual abuse they encounter. Girls going to schools in rural areas have to pass through very tense areas where they get waylaid by the boys of the village and they get sexually abused. And the central government has done a lot of work in skilling young people, a lot of work in providing toilets to young people in schools. The school dropouts which happen mainly in villages is because the girls don't have a private toilet to go to. They had, holes in the toilet doors. They had toilet doors which didn't lock. So empathy when you treat your patients. Treat every patient as your own family, so that you'll never go wrong. You'll never go wrong if you think of that patient as your own wife, as your own sister, as your own daughter, as your own mother. You will never go wrong. So please have empathy for your patients. That's one message as you go along in life. The second is never feel bad when there's a failure. All of us have gone through failures, but stand up again and look forward. There's a lot to do, and each one of you, I know, since you have been award winners, even if you're not award winners, even if you haven't won the award, each one of you will do a lot for the society. And I think once the government sees the amount of empathy within you, I think everything will go straight for the doctors today. So thank you very much.